reach, hands up.
Houston, Texas. It's that time of the year. Happy holiday. Look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Paul George, the captain out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then it's John Collins, and it's Embiid in at the center. And for the Rockets, we've got Alperen Şengün. Jalen Green is out there with Wright. Then it's Thompson, and it's AI in at the 4. Well, Greg, both of these teams love to push the pace. Think we're in for a high-speed game?
That's a safe assumption, yeah. I mean, but that'll also make this a serious test of stamina. It'll be hard for them to outrun each other all night long.
Now, here's Şengün. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. AI with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And definitely a shot George willing to take. His stroke makes it easy work for him.
Houston moving the ball around. Pass to AI. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Philadelphia ball.
And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. Knocked away. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
Philadelphia ball.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Outside Collins. Şengün against Embiid. Over Şengün. That's tipped. Now, here's AI. He's covered closely. And the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Maxey against Thompson. Maxey, no good. The pass to Wright. Thompson outside. Over Maxey. Here's Şengün. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Here's the captain. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Richard, the year before you entered the league in 2001, the Sixers made the NBA Finals and haven't since.
Yeah, I just love watching Allen Iverson that season. Won the MVP, averaged 31 points per game, almost 20 more points than any of his teammates. He was the offensive firepower every single night.
And there's the block. Just stops it cold and takes possession. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And stolen by AI. 4-on-3 break. And Wright kicks to Thompson. Pass to Green. Back to Thompson. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's the captain. 23 points his last outing. To the middle. Here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, nice to see a power forward like Collins throw it down. We know he can hit a three, but go with the easy hoop.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Hey, Richard, you look at Houston's roster. They are stacked with high-level athletes.
The Houston Rockets have done a great job of adding players that they feel can add strength and cultivate skill. Because athleticism, that's something that you just can't teach.
And with this chance, let's quickly go to our rookie leaderboard and find out who the top assist men are among the first-year players. Well, you look at the captain, third in assists and a great leader.
A number of gifted passers entering the NBA this season, and he's right up there among the very best. I like what I've seen from him as a distributor.
Up top right, he has yet to score. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
To the left wing. Here's Embiid on target from 13 feet.
Unfazed by that defensive pressure, Embiid uses his excellent touch on that jumper.
Right, the pass to AI. A fader. That's it. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
How do you stop a good fadeaway jumper? Yeah, that's a trick question. You don't.
Here's the captain, guarded by Wright. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now we know, Greg, trade talks have increased as we get closer to the deadline. So how does it affect the player when their name is mentioned in trade room?
Listen, it can rattle your confidence, and especially the first time it happens. But, Kevin, it's important to remember that it's all business, and guys just can't take it personally.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Greg, remember back when the 22-23 season started and the Rockets were among the youngest teams in the NBA.
And it's hard to win in this league with youth and inexperience. Houston's front office aggressively adding quality vets like Fred VanVleet in hopes of stabilizing that roster.
Here's the captain. Şengün with the rebound.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Passes it to Wright. Thompson outside. A 3-ball. Rebound by Joel Embiid. The 76ers trail by 3. In the corner, George with it. From 15 feet away. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. And he converts the layup. 9 points for AI.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
The 76ers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Green against George. Pass to the captain. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Right outside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
The story so far has been their mid-range shooting. The analytics might not like it, but elite offenses still knock it down from that area.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
The 76ers trail by 6. Here's the captain. Drives to the hoop. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. For Philadelphia, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
At the line for the 76ers, number 4, taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Bobbed up there for Green. Hammers the alley-oop through.
That is an impressive pass to Green. But to be honest, when you throw him a lob, he does all the rest of the work.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year. Some of the stats for the captain, and he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Now, here is George. We saw him with 10 points last game. Here's the captain. Here's Embiid. And the 12-footer.
Well, and it's just clear how comfortable Embiid is shooting the ball, especially from mid-range.
And when you look at the moves that Embiid has in the mid-range, he moves like a guard.
He studies film of Kobe and Jordan. It shows up when you watch his footwork. It's amazing to see someone his size move so fluid.
And so George will bring it up for the 76ers, trailing by 4. Maxey kicks to Collins. Off target from three-point range.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
There's the pass to the captain. Pass to Embiid. And he banks in the layup. Embiid's got 6.
So much strength from Embiid. It would take a special defender to slow him down.
Pass to Şengün. Shoots over Embiid. And Embiid pulls it down.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want. It just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Now here's Wright. 5 points in the game. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Knocked loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. Well, you look at the captain, one of the league's best, 3rd in steals.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Now, here's Şengün. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Collins with it. He's guarded by AI. Here's the captain. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
And we've seen some pretty impressive things from Alperen Şengün.
Yeah, young fella already has a record to his name. The youngest center to get at least 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists in one game. You want to know who the previous record holder was, Greg? Listen, I got you. It was Shaq.
Houston making some changes. Smith checked in for Şengün. Dylan Brooks comes in for Thompson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Jalen Green. And it's sent back by George.
How about the D there from George, one of the premier two-way players in our league.
VanVleet on the wing. He's covered by Maxey. VanVleet with the bucket.
Oh, tricky play by VanVleet to beat the close coverage. Slipping pass there for the finish.
Maxey passes to Collins. George looking over the floor. Here's the captain. Kicks it out to Maxey. It's rebounded by Houston.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
2 points. That one goes. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
He's coming to work, ready to ball, hitting 3 of his first 4 shots. Okay.
George against Brooks. A nice shot by George. George has got 6 points.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for John Collins.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now, here's Maxey. Still without a basket. Brooks against George. Embiid inside. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Embiid's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. VanVleet looking around. At the elbow, it's AI. It's good. He's got 13.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And Richard, with Joel Embiid, his combination of physical dominance and skill, it's almost unfair.
Yeah, he's a 300-pound guy with the agility of a wing. That is not fun to guard. He can bully you or beat you with finesse. There's really no weakness in his game, Greg.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for AI. He's putting up 31 points per, 10 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Here's Houston now. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Drills the three-pointer. And the Rockets lead by 3.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Here's Yabusele. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Drummond passes to the captain. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Also relying on his skill there. That's a nice move against length.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Here's the captain. He's got 10. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And AI gets it to go.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's the captain, guarded by Wright. Here's the captain. Offline from the top of the key. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Rockets ahead. They lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
Rockets leading by 3. AI is out there with Thompson. And then it's Little General. Then it's Alperen Şengün. And it's Green in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Now here's Wright. His last outing, he had 18 points. Out to AI. Tries again. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
And Drummond throws it down.
A huge target on alley-oops. Throw it towards Drummond, and he'll take care of the rest.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, everybody. Quentin Grimes is not just a 3-and-D guy. He's one of the best in the league at attacking the closeout. He says they know about my shooting, so that opens up my drive game. Them closing out hard, I can see if they're coming to my right side or my left side. It's read and react. Quick decisions. Kevin, my decision is to send it back to you.
All right, D.A., that's why you're in the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much. And there's the whistle, illegal screen. Well, we don't think of point guards as rebounders necessarily, but here are the ones that have corralled the most boards in the last month of the NBA. Well, you look at the captain, one of the game's best, second in the league.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
Here's Grimes. No scoring in this one. Pass to the captain. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's what the Rockets' schedule looks like. On Monday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town. And then on Wednesday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Now here's Wright. He's got 7. And there's the pass to Şengün. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. I think there has been some talk of having overtime play to a target score. Can you make the case for that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, more certainty on how long the broadcast will go, right, Kevin? And protecting players from the heavy minute loads that can result from those games that go into multiple overtimes. So I like that idea.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw dropped for Şengün. Houston making some changes. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for AI. Tari Eason comes in for Thompson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Wright. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Maxey against Smith. Maxey, no good. Rockets leading by 6. VanVleet outside. Pass to Green. Baseline jumper. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist.
It is impressive how Green can sink shots after contact. Great body control for a player his size.
George against Eason. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Paul George.
First free throw is good.
Always been nails from the line, something George takes pride in.
And he can't hit the second. Rockets leading by 7. VanVleet, 8 points his last outing. Passes to Smith. Kicks it out to VanVleet. 4 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by George.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
What determination from the wily guard. Maxey just brushing off that contact with ease.
VanVleet outside. Here's Şengün. Over George. Şengün, no good.
And the defense was all over him once he got in close. Didn't want him to get too comfortable.
Mr. Moves. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Eason. VanVleet outside. They kick it out to Green. That falls. Great assist by VanVleet. VanVleet's got 3 assists in the game. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Suns. Outside, George drills it from outside. George has got 10.
That last 3 must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
VanVleet outside. Now the pass to Şengün. In the corner, it's Eason. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Joel Embiid. That's their
And what a
first
splash
foul.
Tari Eason has made
Second team
with his
foul.
defense since entering the league.
Yeah, he's just so disruptive when he's on the ball, Greg. He has those arms that just knock everything free. The man is an absolute menace on that side of the floor.
One shot.
The 76ers trail by 8. Here's Mr. Moves. Nothing on the board. Clock at 6. Feeds to Embiid. Embiid is alone inside. You aren't going to get in his way.
Once Embiid has the ball in that spot, it's lights out.
Van Vliet outside. Over Maxey. Here's Smith, and the rejection by Embiid. And they recover it. Here's Mr. Moves. He's covered by Eason. Pass to Mr. Moves. It's George on the wing. Over Şengün. The shot by George, no good.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
That's how you play it. Does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, you just got to stick with it. You got to give credit to Smith there. Getting fouled and still finishing. Not always the easiest thing.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Jabari Smith.
One shot.
The free throw off from Smith.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And it's blocked. And oh, here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance.
Getting ahead of the D right there. Smith Jr. getting out in transition.
Maxey looking it over. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Eason. Şengün trying to free himself up. Shot by Eason, no good. Outside, George. Over Smith. The 76ers with another miss.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. And look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Maxey against Eason. And it's Smith, top of the key. Got a hand on it. Maxey on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
Oh, here's Van Vliet. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look
76ers
the
call
defense
time.
has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And the 76ers call time here. Last game matched up with the Magic. Tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
the numbers for Jalen Green. The 76ers trail by 9. Here's the captain. 10 points for him. Into the lane. Maxey on the wing. Back to Collins. The 76ers again can't hit it.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And, Greg, while the Sixers have been effective time and again, they've been unable to get past the conference semifinals.
Where they bowed out in 5 of the last 6 years, but you go back, they haven't made it any further since Allen Iverson led them to the finals back in 01.
Here's Van Vliet. Following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. Here's Şengün. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 assists in the game. Outside, Maxey. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Passes it to Van Vliet. Collins grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling, and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
I'm sure his teammates love having a guy like Collins on the receiving end of those alley-oops. As fun an assist as you'll get.
Now here's Van Vliet. Smith outside. Six on the shot clock. Elbow shot is on the way. Missed it, shooting 50% at 3 for 6. And stolen by Şengün. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Şengün's got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets. Here's the captain. 10 points for him. Banked in off the glass. The captain's got 12.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Green against Maxey. Outside Collins. Over Smith. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Green.
2 minutes.
There's 1:54 left in the first half. Count that bucket. He's got 9.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
Pass to the captain. Drummond up top. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Maxey against Green. 5 on the clock. Here's Grimes. It's blocked. And they get it there. They recover it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Rockets, AI is checked in for Smith. Thompson comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Wright in for Fred Van Vliet. Rockets leading by 11. Thompson with it. Last time out he had 13 points. Wright outside. Thompson outside. And the pass to AI. Şengün kicks to Thompson. From 12 feet out. Here's Şengün. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Drummond's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint, here's Collins. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Jalen Green. And that one falls for Collins. Richard, the Houston Rockets were once a powerhouse team in the West, especially during the 2010s.
Yeah, they even gave the KD and Steph Curry Warriors a run for their money. Look, the James Harden era in Houston was special, and now they're trying to get back into contention.
Here's Maxey. Following the score by Houston, and slam dunk by Maxey.
That sudden move off the pick, Maxey is tough to stay with defensively.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Right, the pass to Brooks. Over to the wing. Thompson outside. Shot, high post. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Drummond's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Maxey on the wing. Over Thompson. He nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
And so it's Houston with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. And in one stretch there, they were up by 6. Looking at Houston, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
You know, every team talks about playing unselfishly. And in the first half, it didn't look like there was an ego on this team. Now, looks can be deceiving, but the assist totals back up what we saw.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
Whatever their game plan was defensively coming in, that needs to change. Can't let a team shoot for a percentage in the high 50s and expect to come out on top. It's on the coaches and the players to adjust.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Really an incredible game from AI.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Collins is out there with Embiid. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's the captain in at the point guard position.
All the officials are all over that.
Andre Drummond. First personal foul.
Rockets have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots.
Free throw good, AI. And both free throws good for AI.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Thompson against Maxey. Backs down the step back J. Maxey's got 13.
When Maxey is feeling himself, he can really fill up that stat sheet.
Right, looking around. Thompson inside the line. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Drummond up top, guarded by Green. Drummond dishes to Collins. Pass to the captain. Back to Collins. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 9 points in the game so far.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
Thompson for three. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give.
Here's Collins. It's rebounded by Houston. They've led by as many as 11 points. AI gets to right. Back to AI. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Maxey. Down low. Here's Embiid. Robust move inside by Joel Embiid.
No slowing Embiid down. He powers right past the contact.
Right outside. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Drummond. Goes up from the top of the key. Thompson misses.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Collins finds Maxey. A floater. It's blocked. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
That's tipped and stolen by Wright. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The Rockets have brought in Ime Udoka to help their team become a winner. Ime said, we have a lot of guys that have a chip on their shoulders. Those are the types I look for. And from there, we want to cultivate that into team success. That's the job of a coach, to push that and get that out of them. Kevin?
It is. Good thought. All right, David, thank you. Checked in for the 76ers.
Paul George.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the 76ers. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season.
And I think for the 76ers, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last season, they were expecting bigger and better things this year.
And it's the exact opposite has happened. The chemistry has been off. They haven't been able to maintain momentum. A very disjointed season for them up until this point.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's right with the ball for Houston. They lead by 7. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. Thompson for the triple. And another 3 for Houston.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's the captain. 12 points for him. The dish now to George. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Houston leading by 10. Thompson outside. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Thompson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Here's Maxey. It's rebounded by Houston.
and he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Here's Wright. Count it. Good. Wright's got the lead up to 14 now for Houston.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Now, here's George, and that one drops for him. George has got 12.
And with his strength, George is not your average swing player. He can get his in the paint.
Here's Thompson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Maxey.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Houston.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And, you know, another thing that's really been working for them tonight is the mid-range. They're having no problem finding shots in that area.
First one falls for him.
Thompson is one of the best pure athletes to come into the league in quite some time. He's fast, and boy, can he fly.
And so he hits both.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Here's the captain, guarded by Wright. Outside, George. Off target with his 3.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Thompson against Maxey. It's Thompson off the drive. The kick out to Wright. AI in the post. Embiid's there. Yep, that one goes. AI's got 21.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Here's the captain, guarded by Wright. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
Now the Rockets with it. They're on an 18-6 run. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Philadelphia, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. All right, Richard, with the game on the line, which current player would you choose taking the last shot?
You can't go wrong with Dame time. KD is up there, too, because he can get his shot off from anywhere. But you give me one shot, I'm going to say Klay Thompson.
Took him no time at all on that one.
The assist.
Collins has got 11.
4.
And this is how you use the mid-range area. Collins keeping it simple and just taking what the D gives.
Thompson outside. AI in the post. He's guarded by Collins. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. That one on Collins. For Houston, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
At the line for Houston, number 12.
Free throw good. AI. The 76ers trail by 17. Here's the captain, and it's blocked. Pushing it up. Here's Green. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
He's been meticulous on offense, and it's paid off with a flawless shooting percentage for him so far in this game.
Here's the captain. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Personal foul.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Passes it to Wright. Score the baskets. Number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's the captain. He's got 17. Grimes with the bucket.
If they're going to want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through him. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
Now here's Wright. The lead is 15. On the wing, Thompson. 12 points for him. And there's the feed to AI. Collins grabs the miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. And it's Drummond with the jam.
A big man who does a little bit of everything. Collins' team first attitude shining through with that terrific pass.
Pass to Şengün. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's the captain. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. AI passes to Wright. And he makes good on the layup. Wright's got 8 here in the quarter.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
That's the kind of aggression you want to see when you've got a team on the ropes.
Thompson passes to Wright. Here's AI. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. AI's got 26.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Rockets leading by 17. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
And we see it so often. One little tweak to the game plan and everything falls into place for a team.
Big group substitution here. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Smith comes in for AI. Tari Eason's checked in for Thompson. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Wright. The 76ers also with a sub. Yabusele's checked in. Here's Eason. VanVleet outside. The high post shot. Jump shot is good that time.
And VanVleet has the stroke to shoot from anywhere, even mid-range, when he has to.
And there's the drive. Here's Grimes. That one goes in. Grimes has got 5 points so far. Rockets leading by 17. Outside, Green. Misses the three.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Did a great job closing the gap, making the shooter feel uncomfortable.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And so here is Houston. After the Sixers pick up two, VanVleet can't get it to go.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Smith. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Here's Grimes. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Grimes has got 9 points now in just the second half.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Eason. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Houston. Right now they're down in the 9th spot. They haven't had the kind of success they had wanted to have at this point of the season.
And Houston, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
And you have to wonder if this roster can get to that next level. They have talent, but if it doesn't come together, they might have to shake it up. Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
Here's Embiid. Eason grabs the board. Rockets leading by 13. On the wing, Green. Defended by George. Maxey against Green. VanVleet wide open. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
As he gets more comfortable in unlocking his potential, we'll see Green get more comfortable in moving the ball.
It's blocked. And here is VanVleet. He has 7. Launches a 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Houston Rockets in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
There wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. You've got Fred VanVleet, Dillon Brooks out there with AI. And then it's Little General, and it's Adams, and at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Houston Rockets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And the foul on the Monster. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Right, the pass to Brooks. Inside, Adams. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Adams has got his first points of the night.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Wright's got his fourth rebound in this one. Brooks, the pass to AI. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. AI has got 28 points for the game.
Oh, smart dish there by Brooks to a wide open man, getting him the assist and his team some needed points.
Here's George. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Maxey against Wright. The pass to Van Vliet. To the paint, tipped away. Here's Adams. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
76ers ball.
The 76ers trail by 16. Outside, George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And we know George can score from all three levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Over George.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Here's Maxey. The Rockets making the shot. Kicks it to Embiid. And stolen by AI. Pass to Wright. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And some nice passing there by Houston. 4 on the shot clock. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Now that's 17 points for Little General. George against Brooks. And then George with the jam.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Right down low. He's covered by Maxey. Brooks misses.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Here's Yabusele, covered by Van Vliet. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Van Vliet picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
At the line for the 76ers, Quentin Grimes. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And the 76ers with some changes. Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Mr. Move comes in for George. And the captain subbed in for Maxey. And so he makes both from the line. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Wright. Dishes it to Adams. Good D by Drummond.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points. Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Back to Wright. The shot, no good. Good D by Drummond. Here's Grimes. Brooks covering. Pass to the cap. Shot clock at 6. Yabusele. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. To the inside. And AI with the basket on the assist by Wright. And that's now 30 points for AI.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth. He's committed only one turnover through halftime, but he has been far more careless with the ball in the second half.
Now here's Wright. Defense is right there. Van Vliet outside. Back to Wright. The putback. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Grimes. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
It's really been a tale of 2 halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Here's Van Vliet. The rebound by Yabusele.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Here's Mr. Moves. Covered by Van Vliet. It's good.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Right outside. Pass to Van Vliet. He kicks to Brooks. Shot clock at 5. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And the Rockets lead by 12.
And there's a little size to Brooks. 6'7", and he can get it done against good D inside.
Here's Grimes. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And after he went scoreless in the first half, he's finally getting it going, looking much more comfortable.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
Our New Balance Player of the Game.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet, are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope, guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Collins is checked in. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots. That's coming up. And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call as it was made on the floor.
And even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge. Effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And he can't get the first one. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Yabusele. They can't make the second free throw either. Missing both.
Didn't get to the line in the first half, but since the break, he's been in attack mode. Great adjustment.
And so they foul intentionally.
Personal foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The pass to Şengün. Over Embiid. Şengün with the bucket. Şengün's got 19 points.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
Grimes scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
Shooting a great clip in the second half. He made some nice adjustments in the locker room.
Green against George. Right outside. There's the three. The Rockets with a new 14. Thompson. Headshot off. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. A 12-point game. Grimes with the bucket.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Şengün. Shoots over Embiid. Şengün, no good.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
George. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Houston leading by 10. Here's AI. He gets it in there. AI's got 15 points here in the second half.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Fades back. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
The offensive arsenal of Embiid is phenomenal. He's capable of scoring in a multitude of ways.
Now, here's Green, right outside. Unable to get that one.
Whatever rhythm he had last quarter, it has left his body. He is having a hard time finding buckets.
Houston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Şengün inside. Embiid's there. Şengün with the bucket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's George. A stupendous finish in traffic. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
Just devastating. George making it look easy with that move.
Timeout called the Rockets. And Philadelphia making a change here. Maxi's checked in. And so here is Houston. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. AI outside. Thompson passes to Wright. Just 5 to shoot. shoots. They get the rebound. Şengün kicks to Thompson. Buries it from three-point range.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
Now, here's George. Outside Collins. It's deflected. Thompson dishes to Wright. Down low. Here's AI. Nice shot from 10 feet out. AI's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Houston.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for AI.
You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim. And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And he may be in his 30s, but Paul George still has got a lot of bounce.
Passes it to AI. And he gets the bucket. AI's got 36.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Now here's Thompson. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A wide open look here for Wright. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now George. So we see Houston taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. So long, everyone.
See you soon.